and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I'm going to go over some non-makeup favorites for the month of May. It's been quite a busy month. I started a new job and things are working out well there. I'm really enjoying it, but it's very busy and I come home so tired. I think my biggest news this month is that I finally reached 10,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. Thank you so much to all of you who have subscribed and to many of you who have been with me since nearly the beginning. I really appreciate you and I enjoy interacting with you down in the comments. I learn so much from you, and hopefully from what I'm learning and sharing I can help you out as well. So today I thought I would go into a few items that you may have been curious about. I want to save your money. Eggs, anyone? This is a Kraken eggs device, and it comes with a recipe book that you can cook eggs in the microwave, and there's little recipes. One of them has baked beans. So there are 3 egg containers, and basically you crack an egg, put it in there, and then they want you to poke the yolk. You screw on the top, and then you put in the microwave. The 1 egg is 45 seconds, and 2 eggs is about 65 seconds. I'm always looking for something to get out of having to pay attention too much in the kitchen, especially in the morning. I'm rushing. So if you want like an egg McMuffin kind of thing, this one that holds 2 isn't bad. Now it looks like this. So let's plop it out. So this is what 2 eggs looks like. And what you can do is you can slice it in the middle and put it on English muffins, and you can make like an egg McMuffin kind of thing. So it's really not bad. It does cook the egg pretty well. You don't want to overcook it. I have discovered that that is a really bad thing. So this one takes a single egg. So you just crack the egg in, pop the yolk, put this top on, and then you put it in. It comes out looking like this. And again, you just, you can eat it out of here, as they say, or you can plop it out and it looks like this. So one of these would probably do an egg McMuffin. I'm just going to cut in the middle so you can see how the yolk was cooked. Some of you vegetarians, I apologize to my vegetarian viewers because I know this is probably pretty gross to you. One mistake I did make was I like scrambled eggs. So I had 1 egg, I mixed a little bit of milk, a little salt, a little pepper, mixed it all up, put it in for the 45 seconds. And it makes a ball of scrambled egg. It's really bad. If you overcook it, it gets gray, and you can do it, but you can see in the middle here, I hate touching this, but in the middle that's what it looks like. So it's not quite so appealing as scrambled eggs, but I think it would be really good for just a regular egg done that way quickly. If you want to throw it on an English muffin with a slice of cheese, head out the door, that's a great thing. And it's called the Kraken Eggs microwave egg cooker. So it wasn't really a fail, it just was kind of, I guess I wanted to save that step with the scrambled eggs, so it's not really for scrambled eggs. Along the same vein of gadgets, this is the Angry Mama, and what you're supposed to do with this little device, and they show on the side, they show, you fill it to the line. There's a line here. You take off her head, take off the sleeve, that is her face, and it's now a little measuring device, and right up to here you fill with white vinegar, and then from that point up you fill with water, and then you put her face on, and her hair, which has perforations on the top. You snap it in good, and you put this contraption in the microwave for 7 minutes, and steam comes out of her little hair. and she spins around slowly, and the steam's supposed to come out. What happened is I overfilled it a little bit, and she kept spitting out stuff out of the top of her head like a horror movie, so it wasn't quite as pretty. I find that, you know, when I clean the microwave, I have a bowl that I put straight vinegar in with a little bit of water, and it steams the whole thing. The idea is that after you're finished with the 7 minutes and she has steamed the whole microwave, you can pour out this onto a paper towel or cloth and clean the inside of the microwave with what remains. But she just spit. She didn't steam. So I was very disappointed with this device. And I love fun little devices like this. It makes housekeeping kind of fun. But it didn't work. So unfortunately, Angry Mama was a fail for me, and it's just as effective, if not even more so, to just put that bowl of vinegar and water in for 2 minutes and let it steam up on its own. I was shopping in TJ Maxx, Marshalls. They're all the same. They're owned by the same people. And this is called Tweaksy. And this is an interesting little device. I just happened to see one on Ulta recently too, so I'll link that below. I've got all the things I talk about linked below. But this you put on your hand, and then you put your nail polish right in here. So you can actually do your nails anywhere. You know, you can just do your nails, and this holds the nail polish for you. And then you can transfer it to the other hand and do the same thing. The only thing I found with this was, because you have to hold your hand so that the nail polish is upright, is that it was awkward to do my thumb. I had to lift it up high to do my thumb, but it's not inconvenient at all. This is a really cute device, and I know that Ulta has them now, so I would probably opt to get it there. I got mine at TJ Maxx. It was $4.99 on TJ Maxx. It's $4.99 on Ulta. So, and I think there's different colors in Ulta, so I would opt for that. But that was fun. That's Tweezy, it's called. I know my husband talked about this in a spoof video he did, but this is the Scrub Daddy sponge. And this is this is a little sponge, and you put hot water on it. It scrubs everything. We scrub the sink with it, we scrub pans with it, and then we just clean it with soap and water. It rinses really clean. You can clean forks and spoons through the little mouth, and the eyes. You can do different things through there. It is an amazing kitchen sponge. I don't get excited over kitchen stuff, but it works really well with everything, and it doesn't scratch the copper pans, you know, those copper pans that are so popular now. So I definitely recommend this. Right now, I was in Walgreens. They were having a sale on this for $2.99. It runs around $4 or $5, but it's definitely worth it. It lasts, in our house, my husband's always using it. I mean, we've scrubbed the floor and everything with it. We put it in the microwave for 60 seconds. We just drench it with soap and water, put it in the microwave for 60 seconds, and then we wash it, and it always looks perfect. It's really a great little idea. We're a big Shark Tank fans, so we saw the episode where this was introduced on Shark Tank, and really liked that. I have to give kudos to one of you who told me about this. I was saying that some of my brushes, they get foundation in them, and I can't get it out. And the same with my beauty blender sponges. I can't get the foundation stains out. And they said put a little olive oil in there, work it in, and you will see it come right out. And it works. Basically, if you have a stain on your beauty blender, it's really just kind of dried up condensed foundation. So if you just put a little of this, less than a teaspoon, like a half a teaspoon of olive oil on your blender, and then put a little bit of soap, dish soap, or whatever soap you use, kind of work it into it. I let it sit for a minute or so on the side, and I do the rest of my brushes, and then I rinse it under warm water, squishing it. And I also have a mitt that has little nubbies on it that I push against, my Real Techniques brush washing mitt. But you really just, your fingers will do the job, and you will see it come right out. It's amazing. And then I do another wash with soap afterwards to get any residual olive oil out. But this works so well to getting dried up foundation off of your brushes and your beauty blender. So thank you to that viewer who told me about this. Like I said, I learned so much from you guys. It's amazing. Still smelling that egg. I don't talk about these too much. This is my Game of Thrones travel mug, and this is a hot cold mug. It's insulated. It's got the Game of Thrones map on it. You know it's coming back next year, and I've been avoiding seeing any of the spoilers. Oh my gosh. And on, you know, sometimes on Yahoo or whatever, they'll have like a headline saying 8 people who died and how they died, and it's like, no, I don't want to know. I like to watch it as it happens. But this is the Game of Thrones. It's by a company called Faves, and you can get this in Bed Bath & Beyond. This is a great mug, and I don't normally talk about mugs because I'm just not into the household thing, but this survives the dishwasher, everything, and it keeps your coffee really hot for quite a while. And it comes in great designs. There's, you know, I mean, they had 3 different Game of Thrones designs. They have all of the, you know, feature, like if you're having this for your kid or whatever, they have all the superheroes, they have flowers, they have, you know, animal prints. There's so many different designs of these, but this is great, especially getting your liquids in, some of us who are trying to lose a little bit. This is good for cold as well as hot. So, Faves travel mugs. Let's talk about alcohol. When was the last time you had an amaretto sour? You can buy those little bartender sour mixes. It's just like a lemon powder kind of thing, syrup. And you mix that in with a little bit of water, and then you put a little bit of this in there and then on ice, and I move it from glass to glass with the ice to chill it, and it makes a little foam on the top. Then I add a couple cherries and let them settle in there so they absorb some of the alcohol. It tastes delicious. I would make up a pitcher of this stuff in advance for a party. I've forgotten how much I enjoyed this. They changed the name from Amaretto di Serrano. Do you remember that back in the 70s? This amaretto sour was like a drink that all of us used to get once in a while. You know, we used to get lots of cocktails back then. They don't make anymore. I guess they tried to update their look, and they've got this beautiful bottle. I mean, it's just gorgeous. This is a coating, though, a plastic coating. It's not really, the bottle doesn't look like this. They changed it to just the Di Serrano because they thought amaretto would sound too old lady drinkish. So, old lady drinketh. This is great. So I just thought I'd bring it up as a refreshing kind of different cocktail if you haven't had one in a while. This is the Red Copper 5-Minute Chef. Now this lady, she cooks everything. She cooks like restaurant food in like 5 minutes, and she makes this look so easy. And what this is kind of a glorified burger press, but it has a well, and this is the, see, it's kind of like a heated surface on both sides, but it's a well, so you can pour stuff in. So I have made football-shaped brownies, football-shaped cornbread, football-shaped omelets, football-shaped pizza. And what it is, you put the things down in here, and then you close it, and it's only got one temperature on, is the temperature. I don't know what the exact temperature is. There's a light, shows you when it's heated up, and then when you open it up, it's very hot. Usually just a little light oil or butter on the inside just to coat, and then you pour your thing in. So my football-shaped omelet actually wasn't bad, but it tends to make the outside a little brown, and the inside is just cooked almost not quite enough. Everything seemed to have to cook a little bit longer than they said. It wasn't nothing was 5 minutes. I mean, everything was a little longer than that. The most successful thing we made in this contraption was hash browns. You know, we had the frozen shredded potatoes that look like hash browns. I mean, I spiced the heck out of them. I, you know, added like onion powder and little bits of pepper, salt, and black pepper ground. Mixed it all up, and I put some oil in here, and I put that down, and then I closed it. I turned it over. It was like 7 minutes, but you have to pile it up, the hash browns. And what it does is it presses it down, it makes them nice and crispy. That was like the best thing that came out of this. And it holds enough that when you cut it in half, you make 2 really good portions. So I have mixed reviews on this thing because I didn't like the way, like with pizza crust, you know, if you're working with pizza crust, it's so sticky. You have to have that pizza crust totally flat and smooth before you put it in here, because if you try to put it in as a blob and smooth it out, it doesn't work. It just makes it too thick and doughy, doesn't cook right. But when we did have a thinner crust, it did work nicely. So it's football shaped, but you cut it in half, you have 2 nice sized pieces for a snack. I'm finding a lot of uses for this. The cornbread worked out really well. It's slightly dry because in order to cook it all the way through the middle, you have to cook it a little bit long, and so it dries on the edges, and the top and bottom get a little bit dark. But I thought this was a great little device. So this is the 5-minute chip from Red Copper, and it's one of those copper things. And it is true. I mean, the second that you empty out whatever it is, you just I take a wet napkin and run it through here, a wet paper towel, and it's clean. It's ready to go. So yeah, it worked pretty well, but the times that they said it takes to cook things, no, it takes a little bit longer. This is the Sweet Teas. These are bikini waxing strips. And what it is you get, there's basically 2 strips in here, because what you do is you pull apart, you warm this up in your hand, and then you pull it apart at the top, and there's goop on each side of each one of these tissues has goop on one side. So you just attach it to whatever place you're taking the hair off and hold it there for a minute. I rub it in a little bit. There's 2 per strip. You rip it off in the opposite direction of the hair growth. I would say probably have some of this first, and then you can do it with a little less pain, because there was screaming coming from the bathroom. But it's a great little thing, and it was not expensive. This is from TJ Maxx. It was $2.99, and it has 16 strips, or basically 8 packets here. And they give you also this, which is called the Sweet Teas After Wax Wipe. And it's a coated, soothing stuff that you put on afterwards, so you don't get, you know, that painful, you know, after feel. But you get 2 of those wipes, and then you get the 8 of these things that you break in half, and they become, you know, 2 each. So I thought it was good. I didn't think it was challenging at all to use this. It's really just a matter of, you know, if you need to use these things, so maybe on vacation or whatever. I still think it's easier using a razor, but you know, I'm always looking at gadgets and things. So this is nothing new, but it is pretty easy and it is pretty effective. So you'll see some changes if you use these. And I think over time you develop a tolerance to the rip part of the process. So yeah, this is great. There's a company called Love Beauty and Planet, and they have an assortment of hair and skin products. I haven't located the skin products, but I've tried 2 of the hair products. This is the shampoo in Muro Butter and Rose. This is the Blooming Color shampoo. And what I found with this is this company has a very small carbon footprint, and they're very, very green. They use recycled plastics to make their bottles. All of their ingredients are organically and ethically sourced, and they're a little bit higher than drugstore pricing. They're, you know, run around $6.99 for the shampoo. That's not bad, and it smells wonderful. I was disappointed in the shampoo. This smells really, really nice. There's a slight rose after smell. It doesn't suds up enough for me, and my hair doesn't feel clean after I use it. So the shampoo actually was kind of a fail. However, I did get the Love Beauty and Planet. This is the Juicy Grapefruit Volume and Bounty Day 3 Dry Shampoo. So this is a dry shampoo. You shake it up and you do put this on your hair. It does give you a lot of volume, and I think I saw Laura Shake Up Makeup. Shake Up Makeup is her channel. She uses this midway through her drying process. So her hair's, she started to blow dry her hair, and about halfway through, when it's still slightly damp, she sprays underneath in the roots with a dry shampoo and continues the drying process, and it gives you like all kinds of volume. And this does work well, really well with that. The grapefruit scent is just slightly there, but not really. It's just, it's like any other kind of dry shampoo. I didn't see a residue. So I would say this was fine. I will try the skin stuff. I want to give them as much a chance as possible. I did not try the conditioner because I wasn't happy with the shampoo. Good Housekeeping often has their favorite beauty products that they, you know, mucho tested and that they love and that, you know, got great reviews, and this is one of them. This is the Dove Purely Pampering Shea Butter Warm Vanilla Body Wash. This is wonderful. I love this. I use this with one of the spongy thingies in the shower, and I like it. It's not expensive. It works really nicely. I think that's fabulous. This is Physicians Formula, and this is something fairly new. They started to get more into the skincare part of their makeup line, and this is the Organic Rose Oil Lip Scrub. And what it is, they give you a little spatula and they give you a little jar, and you go in and you pull out a little pea-sized amount of this stuff. I have since lost the spatula, but I remember how much it is. It's like, see that? So you take about that much, you rub it into your lips, and it exfoliates, smooths out your lips, and then I put the lip moisturizer on after this. This is a great little product. There is a smell of brown sugar with an after smell of not really rose. I don't really smell the rose in this, but it does, it's sweet. It's kind of sweet, and I think it is a sugar scrub. So, I mean, good for you, Physicians Formula, getting more into it, and then there's the directions there. So after you scrub it, you wipe it off with a cloth. I rinse it off a little bit and then wipe it with a cloth, and it works really well. And this is a Neutrogena sunscreen, and no, don't talk about sunscreen. It's just one more thing to put on my face. It's gonna make me break out. It's gonna make my foundation pill up. Okay, first of all, hard, fast lesson. Any of you who are my age, and I'm 60 or more, or even a little less than if you worshipped in the sun back in the 70s, 80s, to get those beautiful tans that we all had and we're so proud of, you did some major skin damage because the rays from the sun aren't all so friendly. It's not all vitamin D coming through there. I've tried different sunscreens. I don't really normally talk about them because I don't like to put extra steps on either, and so I just didn't think any of you would be interested, but I think it's a good idea to bring it up. The Age Shield from Neutrogena. This is SPF 70. These numbers, 50 and higher is nice. I'm not sure that you really do get 70 SPF. I think it was Wayne Goss that was talking about how much product you have to use in order to get that particular SPF. So basically the process is this. You wash your face, you do the serum or exfoliating, you put your moisturizer on, then you put this on and you let it set in. You can just all over your face. And if you're concerned about this, if you're in America, you can return this to CVS or Walgreens, wherever you bought it from. Just try it on half your face and see what happens with your makeup, see what happens, you know, with if you get a breakout, you can see right and left if something happens. It's the best way to test it out, but this is so worth it. It is, I wish they called it something else, Age Shield. It's not going to shield you from age, for sure, but it will shield you from damaging sun rays. And a lot of YouTubers are pretty good. I know KathyAayBeauty is good about saying, don't forget your sunscreen. And I know a lot of people in my generation are like, what's the sense? We already messed up our skin. Well, you don't want to accelerate that. I think we all know somebody who has skin cancer, who has had skin cancer scares from all those stupid laying out in the sun and beach parties with no sunscreen on, what it did to us. So this is a great, great. I have had no problems with this under my makeup at all. Nothing pills, nothing peels off. People complain that, oh, I'll put a sunscreen on and my makeup doesn't stay on. Well, that's not true with this. So these things run around $12 or $13, but it's going to last you for a while. So it's going to last you through the summer. I would say this one is probably one of the better ones in the drugstore. There are other ones. I know Angie Hot and Flashy has a few that she has recommended. And, you know, I would say, you know, give a watch. I'll try to link her video below about that. But it's really an important step. And, you know, if you're younger, please pay attention to this, because health fairs or whatever, go to the one that the dermatologists run. And they have a machine. You look into it and it'll show you your face with all the skin damage. And it shows as blue and gray blotches. It is unbelievable. It's scary. So the sooner you start this, the better. I can't stress it enough. And those of you who have had skin cancer or who have had skin cancer scares, you will know that it's like breast cancer awareness. You know, make sure you're getting checked, because even though it's a drag, it's good to catch it early. So it's good to start as early as you can with a sunscreen, and I can't stress that enough, because I do care about you and I want to keep seeing you in the comments. So I have this new theatrical background here. This is a nice base gray. I also have other backgrounds. I have things in the back, and I have, you know, peel away. I have different things. I'm getting all upper class now. Now that I did that, I messed it up. Okay, well, we're almost over anyway. Thanks again for 10,000. Oh my gosh. Hey, if you're watching and you're not subscribed to me, please subscribe. It really helps me out. And everybody, have a wonderful week. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.